What is the super embarrassing record that New Zealand holds about Black Friday?
Why does Super Mario give thanks for Thanksgiving?
How many people are drunk on Black Friday?
How did Black Friday orphan a beloved fictional character?
That sounds grim. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything You Didn't Need to Know About. Today we are talking everything you didn't need to know about Black Friday. Ooh, that's coming up.
Yep. I like that in New Zealand, the most searched for term when you search for Black Friday is what is Black Friday, followed immediately by when is Black Friday.
That's right.
It's this huge thing, but no one knows what it is or when it is.
Exactly right. So to clear it up very quickly at the top of the episode, which I think we should do, Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving. It is a day that has come to mean a big shopping day for people online and in stores.
Not to be confused with every other Black Friday, which is usually some kind of disaster where thousands of people die.
Friday the 13th, yeah.
So I went through the black days of the week that there was. Black Saturday was the day in Australia where all the bushfires were, and I think there were 400 bushfires across Victoria. Black Sunday was the day in America in 1935 when there was the biggest dust storm that they'd ever had. It was also the name of the first day of when Disneyland opened, when everything went wrong. Black Monday was the day when the stock market crashed in New York and then sent ripples around the world, which we call in New Zealand Black Tuesday because we live in the future.
We didn't know what's happening yet.
That's right. Black Wednesday is the day the pound collapsed in the UK. Black Thursday, back in 1929 when Wall Street crashed and they opened the stock things again and the Dow Jones plummeted. And then Black Friday is a day when people get discounted televisions.
There are also like two Disney Black Fridays, one about Aladdin and one about Toy Story, where they like read half the scripts to the, to the big guns at Disney. And for like Toy Story, they read it out and they're like, this is awful. And so they basically had to go off and like rewrite all of Toy Story because the original idea was that Woody was going to be like this really edgy character. And Tom Hanks was like reading out the script as the voice actor going, this guy's a jerk. This guy sucks. They rewrote it in like the space of 2 weeks and basically ignored all this kind of one big producer. We got the Toy Story that we love, but we almost didn't because of it.
That's crazy. I learned another Toy Story fact this week, and it was that the last person to be executed in the US by firing squad was the same day that Toy Story 3 came out.
That's really recent.
Do you think
Really
he was
recent.
Did they delay the execution so he could go and see it, or
They didn't say that.
But to go back to Tom's point about the Disney films, that's actually where my fact comes from. On Black Friday in April 1991, they were reading through the Aladdin script, which already had a release date of the end of November 1992. So by that stage, like 18 months away. They already had a release date. It had gone through several iterations of different script treatments and ideas and concepts. And when they read it out, Jeffrey Katzenberg was like, nah, don't like it. Rewrite it. But also, let's keep that release date.
Aladdin is a historical, like it's been around for a long time. How much could they rewrite?
Well, interestingly, so they were going to have like a kind of funky, like new version. It almost sounds like it was going to be a little bit Jungle Book. So the genie was going to be like a Fats Waller 30s kind of jazz vibe.
Amazing.
And then they changed it. But one of the things that Jeffrey apparently said was 86 the mother, the mom's a zero, which is an incredibly Disney villain thing to say. But B, also how Aladdin was orphaned on Black Friday because he wasn't going to be an orphan. He was going to have a mum.
Yeah, she was executed by firing squad.
Yeah, it was really brutal. They made them draw the whole thing. It was very unnecessary. I just think it's hilarious that Jeffrey Katzenberger sounds like this really evil guy who just turns up and he's like, there's not enough tragedy. And can we kill some parents or something? This film is too happy.
I'm pretty sure that was the guy who did that with Toy Story too. I'm pretty sure he was the one who wanted Woody to be a total jerk.
It's a pretty evil name as well. You could use that name as a villain's name quite easily.
All Jeffreys are evil. This is just fact.
So I guess it's called Black Friday after Thanksgiving because you've eaten too much and you just feel awful, right? Like you have to go back to work, you're sick of it all, you've got a hangover. That's why it's Black Friday, right? No other reason.
I looked it up, and no one really knows.
There's like
Yeah.
9 reasons, eh? 9 different
Yeah.
versions.
Yeah.
One of the earliest point they've actually seen it was in a journal called Factory Management and Maintenance, which sounds like an absolute ripper.
Thrilling read.
And it's about the practice of after Thanksgiving, like you take the Friday off so you can have a 4-day weekend. So that was like what they called Black Friday.
And the reason they called
Because
it Black Friday was because all the people that had to work on that day, like cops and nurses and stuff, they used to just really hate it. And so it actually, one of the ones is it came from policemen who were annoyed that they couldn't take the day off.
I mean, if it's anything like Christmas, which I can only imagine it is, Christmas dinner isn't over when you've had enough to eat. It's over when you hate yourself and hate everything and just want to call up in a corner and go away for a while. But it's not bad news for everyone, right? So, and this draws quite nicely on my fact because it's the busiest day of the year for plumbers. So Super Mario would be very happy. He'd be earning megabucks because everybody. So it's not quite as disgusting as it might sound. Not everyone's going to the loo and blogging them up. It's probably to do with you cook a big turkey and you have a whole lot of fat that comes off it. And what do? You pour it down the sink.
And make a fat berg.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeffrey Fatzenberg.
That's
Jeffrey
what they've done with
Fatzenberg.
Titanic. It's also, if we're talking about plumbers and Mario, so last year the top selling item was the Nintendo Switch, which is great. So not the Nintendo top, not the Nintendo bottom, but the Switch.
But Kenny, wouldn't it be better for the plumber to get called out on the Saturday after Thanksgiving? Because then you get double time.
Oh, good
If
point.
Black Friday isn't a holiday, if it's a normal working day.
Thanksgiving wasn't a holiday until an amazing lady called Sarah Josepha Jewell Hale, she wrote letters to the President of the United States every day. So people used to have Thanksgiving, but it wasn't a day off. It wasn't an actual holiday until she wrote letters to every president in a row until eventually Abraham Lincoln said, yeah, okay, we'll make this a national holiday in 1863. So Thanksgiving is thanks to this lady. And incredibly, she also wrote Mary Had a Little Lamb.
She's that lady.
She's that lady. I made the most popular children's song and I gave everyone a national holiday.
Did you say her first name was Mary? Like,
No,
was it
Sarah.
Sarah? Oh, okay. I was thinking it was autobiographical and I was quite impressed. Mary
Yeah,
did have a
Sarah
little
would
lamb.
scan as well. It would be different if her first name was like Ermintrude, because you're never going to work that into a rhyme. But if your name is Sarah, Sarah had a little lamb, works just as well.
Hmm.
Gotta be better than whoever came up with the old Mother Hubbard.
Went to
Went to the
cupboard.
cupboard to pitch a poor dog a bone. When she got there, the cupboard was bare, so the poor dog
Poor
had
doggy had known.
known. Yeah.
Yeah,
known the
he
whole
had
time.
known hunger, privation. Yeah.
Had scones.
Comedy.
Found some scones. Gave it some
Oh,
scones.
don't even start that debate.
But the date of Thanksgiving has only just been established. It wasn't actually like it was the last Thursday of the month for a really long time, and then Franklin D. Roosevelt made it the 4th Thursday in November. And then they call it Franksgiving, which is quite cute.
Oh,
No, that's a bit
that
cute.
is cute.
Yeah.
Do you know the most famous Thanksgiving song?
Is it Thank You for Being a Friend?
Well, thank you very much for the kind donation. Thank you very much.
And
Jingle
I just want to thank you.
It doesn't have the word thanks in it anywhere. It's Jingle Bells.
Why?
What?
That's not.
Jingle Bells is not a Christmas song. It was written
Okay.
to celebrate Thanksgiving.
Incredible.
But what has Batman smelling got to do with Thanksgiving?
Well, because Robin lays an egg,
Yeah.
because Robin is
yeah.
a bird like a turkey. Yeah, it all fits together.
Okay. So I didn't know much about Black Friday and Depressing and all that, but I had heard of something called Blue Monday. Have you guys heard about this? The second Monday in January is meant to be the most depressing day of the year because you've just been away on holiday, had a lovely Christmas with your family, and have to go back to the job that you hate and despise. Yeah, and in the Northern Hemisphere, at least, it's dark and horrible, and you've spent all your money, and you've drunk too much, and you've got a hangover, and yeah.
I'm like recruiter's Christmas. When I lived in the UK, I would from the 1st of January onwards, you would just get emails being like, thinking about quitting your job? How about all of these jobs that we have for you?
My favorite of the days is how we went from Black Friday. Now we have Cyber Monday, which like for me sounds like you're just kind of like sending like lewd messages
Yeah.
to.
Was that also
yeah,
a
like,
Franklin D. Roosevelt
You up?
holiday?
yeah, he
Yeah.
sexted a lot.
Yeah, he was
Sounds
real
more
into
like
the
an
nudes.
Anthony Weiner holiday.
He put the D in. Yeah, he put the D in Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Wasn't he in a wheelchair? Didn't he have polio?
That
as a
doesn't
kid?
stop you, Kenny, you ableist.
Don't be ableist.
Kenny, if I could see
Oh,
you, I'd
goodness.
beat the shit out of you right now.
Going back to the business of hand. So, other depressing days of the year?
Right now.
Yeah, pick
Yeah.
up the mood, Kenny. Give us a list of depressing days of the year.
So, in New Zealand, what would the equivalent of Thanksgiving be?
Waitangi Day,
Chris-
in terms of a
Christmas.
day that no one
No, because it's
understands
not
the
even
true
that.
meaning of.
Because Waitangi Day is our national holiday. A
Mm-hmm.
day when we're just
Oh,
thankful
yeah.
for things.
we
Just
just
never.
eat?
We're not those kind of people.
Australia
No,
Day.
we
just
Thank Christ we're not Australian.
Thank Christ we're not Australian. It could be.
Mm.
Also,
Well,
shout out to
yeah.
all our listeners from Australia. Thank you for joining us.
We love you
respect
guys.
Thank you for your good work. Kenny, don't
Like
do
it.
this.
You know we're legally obliged to rag on you, otherwise they will revoke my citizenship. So, thank you.
Waitangi Day is not really a celebration. I like where Matariki is going. I heard the thought of fireworks on Matariki the other day. That would be quite exciting. Middle of the winter.
Well, it would make more
It makes
sense
more
because
sense.
it's light at like 9 o'clock on bonfire night. Here.
No, but
Mhm.
it doesn't make any sense because the whole point of Matariki is looking at the stars and then
Yeah.
blowing up the sky and going, look, we're going to add more stars included to the ones we currently have that we're supposed to be appreciating.
Take
None
And
of
then
that
when
them.
the pretty
sky.
fireworks go away, you've just got smoke everywhere, so you can't see
Yeah.
the stars anyway. It's not really a problem in Wellington because nothing stays in the sky for more than about 10 minutes. It gets
That's
blown
right.
off.
Speaking about Black Friday,
I
What a weird tangent to go on, Sam.
sorry, I'm so sorry to bring
Just
it
going to
back. to the
segue for a
topic.
second here.
Basically, Black Friday isn't the best day for sales. You get some good discounts on
No.
TVs and tablets, but they've done a study that shows that like the 18th of December is the cheapest day to buy things. It's still not the biggest shopping day. That's still Christmas Eve because everyone is a procrastinator. Yeah, I think Cyber Monday is becoming more so of the biggest selling day, but the biggest one worldwide is Singles Day in China,
Oh,
which is
yeah,
when
11/11.
all single people buy stuff for themselves, which is great.
Also, the most depressing day of the year.
But people get injured in fairly large quantity on Black Friday, right?
Oh
You
my
get the
God.
people, everyone who puts their fully frozen turkeys into the oven or into the deep fryer,
Oh yeah.
and they just go boom.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I thought the deep frying turkeys thing was a myth. Like it was just a hilarious bit that people did
No.
in like American TV shows. And then I tried to make pumpkin pie one year, and first of all, it's impossible because all of the recipes are like take
Secondly,
one tin
it's
of pumpkin.
disgusting. It's
I made
awful.
it this year and it's absolutely disgusting.
Okay, in fairness,
Seconded.
it might have been
Yep.
really good because I made it like carrot cake, and that you couldn't taste any pumpkin. It was basically just a orange cheesecake. It was great.
Yeah.
But all the recipes are like take a tin of pumpkin and a packet of pumpkin spices. And I was like, neither of those things exist in this country.
Yeah.
Eventually found a recipe, but it also had a recipe for deep fried turkey. I was like, what the hell is this? It's a real thing. People will put an entire goddamn turkey in a deep fryer, which, to be honest, if the turkey explodes, it's for their own good. That's a sign from the Lord.
But like trying to come up with these facts and trying not to be too morbid, like Walmart. You look at what happens with Walmart alone on Black Friday, and there's like shootings. There's apparently a woman who was just like spraying tear gas up and down the line because someone had pushed in and she wanted to even up the odds.
There was a story a couple of years ago about a security guard who was trying to keep people in line, and someone thought he was trying to cut into the queue and punched him. Doesn't sound like a good time.
It's not called Sunny Happy Friday.
Someone wrote a research paper on Black Friday as like a phenomena, and they were referring to it as a consumption ritual, which I thought was really hilarious because it's like we must feast to feed the Black God Friday. But it was this really weird article because it was all they interviewed like 83 people, all women, because apparently women are the only ones who go and do Black Friday shopping, and they're like describing like what their mentality was, and they're like describing how much they love it and like how they love being in line for like 4 hours chatting to their husband or chatting to someone. I was like, this looks awful, but they're like, people are, use this as it's like a military event, and they plan it like a military event. It's like, man, oh man, it's a shopping trip.
I think you
Sounds
have
incredible.
to plan it like a military event, because there was another story I read about a guy who waited 72 hours to get into the shop for the special deal, and then it turned out he was waiting in front of the wrong door and completely missed out on what he wanted to buy.
I think you have to plan it like a military event because the United States is so heavily armed. You have to.
I'll raise you 17 hours, 22 days. Two women spent 22 days waiting outside of a shop to get a cheap TV.
Why?
Wow.
I also read a thing that said that often companies are releasing just the same product but made with much cheaper quality products so that they can sell it for cheaper on those days as well. So it's amazing. I hope they enjoyed their TV that lasted for 9 days.
If they'd gone to work for 22 days, they could have earned so
they
much
could have
money.
afforded the debt, because they're not taking paid time off, because they don't have that in America.
Also, shout out to our wonderful American listeners of the podcast as well.
Like and subscribe.
But Tom, talking about consumption rituals suddenly made me realize I totally get that, because there is a thing that happens in Wellington every year, which is the Mary Potter Strawberry Festival, and it benefits the Mary Potter Hospice, which is an amazing charity. But they take over the park conveniently right outside my work and serve ice cream and strawberries and strawberry coulis, and it's this gorgeous little thing that happens, and it's like the start of summer, and it's normally when the big Christmas tree's gone up in Midland Park, and it's all very like happy and lovely and wonderful. I don't really like strawberries and ice cream. It's not really my thing, but every time this happens, last year I was working from home 1 day a week, and I made sure that I was not working from home on the day that the strawberry festival was going to happen so that I could be there. I had a meeting that was going to be at like 12:30, and I pushed it out to 1 so I could make it down for prime strawberry time. It's a really important ritual that I don't really enjoy the eating of.
Sorry, you don't like strawberries and ice cream?
No. I really like ice
And
cream.
you like
and I really
pumpkin pie?
I like ripe strawberries, but often the strawberries that you get, because it's like the end,
Early.
it'll be really soon, because it's the end of November. Often the strawberries are those kind of slightly greeny white ones, and they're really hard, and they just
Porky,
don't taste good, and they're not too sweet. So you have them with the really sweet vanilla ice cream, and
It sounds like something that needs either white rum or champagne.
but they frown at that at lunchtime in the CBD.
When you're a professional lawyer.
So when I was looking up weird statistics around Black Friday, someone did a survey, and it turns out that 12% of people who have gone on Black Friday shopping have admitted to being drunk, which
12%.
I can
I
understand.
like the way that's framed as 12%
That's high,
admitted
though.
to being drunk. The other 88% are lying. If you breath tested me on Boxing Day morning, I don't think I should drive.
You shouldn't have been breath tested, Jen. What were you doing?
Yeah, my mom was being a real hard ass. I don't know what.
Black Friday was also Friday the 13th, right? For most of history.
Is that
but
right?
it can never be Friday the 13th and Thanksgiving, because
Thanksgiving's
at the end, right? When is Canadian Thanksgiving? Because they have their own one, right? Maybe there could be a Friday the 13th that was Canadian Black Friday.
Oh, no, I think it's the end of October.
Oh,
I
okay.
recently saw on Facebook Americans getting confused about other people.
That is the Australia Day for Canada, right? It's the thing, Christ, we're not American.
You could have a Friday the 13th, because 2022 Canadian Thanksgiving is the 10th of October.
I love the idea of a big horde of Canadians drunk on maple syrup going to their local stores and politely asking each other if they could perhaps buy a television, if it's okay.
Just apologize. Sorry. Shout
out to our Canada listeners as well. You guys are great.
Right.
Really just insulting our way around the Commonwealth at the moment. This is good.
US, famously part of the Commonwealth.
So they should be.
Yeah. People do go on maple syrup raids in Canada. For all that Canada is polite and nice and calm, they have these maple syrup's worth so much money that they have break-ins, like bank break-ins, but they're stealing maple syrup.
There was a Canadian maple syrup heist where they stole 3,000 tons of maple syrup.
Whoa.
Yeah, absurd.
How do you fit that in the little bag with the dollar sign on it? I'm very confused.
You just fill up a
You've got
bag
to
and
soak it into
food.
some really thick pancakes.
Yeah.
Then
I would
squeeze
do
them
that.
out at the end.
I feel like they probably went in, if my experience of maple syrup or anything to go by, what you can actually eat in maple syrup is this much. What you think you can have is like this much. So they probably went in and said, okay, We're just getting a ton of maple syrup, okay? That was my Canadian.
Straight away, when we found out we were doing Black Friday, I was like, I'm going to talk about Rebecca Black Friday. So I've just found some facts I want to read out for you that I think you might like. I'll make this kind of a quiz. So, okay, so as we all know, Rebecca Black was born on the 21st of June, 1997, which was a...
Friday.
Nope, a Saturday. She released her song on February the 10th, 2011, which was a...
Friday.
Thursday. It was Thursday. But the song was released on iTunes on March the 14th, on 2011,
which was
Friday.
Friday.
Nope, a Monday.
Thursday.
It was Monday. But then finally, a decade later, she made a hyperpop remix of Friday, and she released it on February the 10th, 10 years to the day since the song was first released, which was a
Thursday.
Wednesday. It was a Wednesday. Okay, so I'll give you a really easy one. What is the name of Rebecca Black's top charting song?
It's the one with Katy Perry, surely. Saturday.
No, she wasn't actually. She just featured in that. But
okay.
You were right. The song is called Saturday. It is a different song that she made with a man called Dave Daves, who I follow on YouTube. He does pop punk videos. He's really good. Dave Days. He's great.
Oh, Dave Days.
And it's called Saturday. It references the fact that she sang Friday. It got to number 55 in the charts, but Friday only got to 58 in the US charts. But there was one other country in the world where the song Friday ranked higher than that. It got to number 33, and that country
New
was
Zealand,
New Zealand, which was pretty embarrassing for us. I think.
We love a novelty song.
That is the thing. I think we're actually cool with it because we quite like a little bit of cringe and a little bit of that kind of stuff. But also it's like, yeah, she's having a go, you know. But it's a bit.
We're not unique in this. The UK always has shockingly terrible songs as Christmas number ones. And
if you were going to say Mr. Blobby, I'm going to fight you because that's a great song. So that song, Friday by Rebecca Black, is still, even though it was released a decade ago, is still number 24 on the most disliked videos on YouTube of all time.
Why would you dislike it though? Like, what's the...
It's bullying. If you hate that video, you were bullying a child.
Yeah.
It's not objectively bad enough to be that disliked. It's disliked because of what it represented, which is privileged white girls making videos.
Yeah.
So Everything I Do It For You was in 2000 voted both the best song of the previous decade and the worst song of the previous decade.
Yeah, it's great.
I was just cross-comparing. Maybe there's something going on here with this where you either love it or you hate it, and you don't just hate it. You hate it.
Yeah, it definitely reached saturation, didn't it? I think if you started to get annoyed by it, you would become frustrated very quickly.
Well, guys, hey, it's got to that time. We've got to vote on our facts and work out who is going to win the ultimate prize, which will be, let's give you Rebecca Black Friday on cassette.
Just send us a link.
Presume it's on cassette somewhere. So just to remind everyone, my fact was that New Zealand holds the record for the highest charting version of Friday by Rebecca Black.
My fact was that plumbers must love Black Friday. It's the busiest day of the year.
My fact is that 12% of people have admitted to being drunk during Black Friday.
And my fact was that in 1991, Aladdin was widowed by order of a cruel Disney studio executive on Black Friday.
Widowed?
Oh,
orphaned.
He was married to his mother.
Using Aladdin and Oedipus.
That's a really good reason to have removed that.
All right, let us vote on this. We're going to do it on the count of 3. Point to the person you think had the best fact of the day. 1, 2, 3. Jewell, congratulations. You have won the week. Congratulations.
Yay!
You win a heavily discounted television. Well done.
So excited. I hope it lasts for longer than I waited in line to buy it. It probably won't. I would just like to say thank you everyone for listening to this episode. If you've got fun facts about Black Friday or insults that you'd like to hurl at us about our respective countries of origin or residence, please leave them in the comments on the YouTube video or put them in a tweet. I don't know, we don't have a Twitter account.
Our tweet names are right down below our actual names.
we will put them in the notes on the podcast as well. But yes, thank you very much for listening and or watching, and we hope to see you again next week. Thank you very much and goodbye. Shop
Bye,
safe,
Felicia.
kids.
Bye.
Bye, fried leashes.